When I first started Kata to improve the work environment that I was in, and once I had a few projects under my belt, and you learn the process of Kata and you see the success that it has brought you, you start looking at aspects of your own life that can be changed. You start looking at things in your own life that you can improve.
It's a very methodical way to approach a problem, and so far, in my experience, it's a very successful way to problem solve.
Rather than getting frustrated with a problem if it would be, too big to overtake, through Kata I've learned to chunk it down, so it really makes it easier as far as dealing with the problem. I look forward to the Kata coaching sessions. I look forward to doing my experiments, my mock-ups, and it gives me something else to do besides just the regular routine.
Just coming up with an idea to solve a problem and doing it could cause more problems, different problems, and could be a total waste of time. With Kata, before you get too involved in the project, you have the proof that this should work. And if it doesn't, oh well, let's start over and figure out a solution that will work for it.
You don't do Kata. Kata kind of, you start it and then you just follow the journey that it takes you on, and it leads you on the path that it wants you to go on, and I like that. It's taken me on several different paths that I wasn't expecting to see, and I thought that was exciting and fun. So
before we used to do things as, the CI hour, or we would do an OFI where we would just, this needs to be done, and we'd go do it. And so a good example I had would be the material rack that I use at the saw. I came up with a design that I wanted to do. I knew it would work, and it would be the best idea. Well, before we would have just done it, I would have made it, and then it wouldn't have worked out as well as I wanted to, so it would have been a waste of time, which we've had before, and we would just deal with. You'd make it, and then you'd alter it to work. But through the Kata, it was something that I wasn't used to of proving that it would work, testing it out. And so by mocking up something with just a couple cardboard boxes and some duct tape, I was able to find out that my idea was actually no good. I mean, it wasn't any better than the current state that we have.
Sometimes you come up with these brilliant ideas that may not either be realistic, or they may actually not work out the way that you planned, which is why it's so important to get your current condition, and why it's so important to test and try and implement and imitate as closely as possible what you're trying to achieve.
Instead of just seeing a problem, immediately fixing it and hoping the fix works, you work through it in a scientific method, and you figure out if your initial idea will actually have a positive impact or a negative impact, or if it'll just be neutral.
Imagine what you could do with Kata. Imagine the changes that you could experience in your life by applying that routine. We've done great things in the cylinder room. You can take a look over there and see the one-piece flow that we've done. And that's just one person. Cody came up with that idea. And we've improved so much in that area. Just one person. Now imagine if this department that you're working in applies Kata. Imagine what you could do in your department. Imagine how this community could benefit.